I'm going for a cup of tea. You want one? Do you want a cup of tea, Withnail?
No.
$13 million Londoners have to wake up to this. And murder, and Albright, and rape. And I'm sitting in this bloody shack and I can't cope with Withnail. I must be out of my mind. I must go home at once and discuss his problems in depth.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear anything. Oh, God, it's a nightmare up there, I tell you. It's a nightmare.
We've just run out of wine. What are we going to do about it?
I don't know.
Wearing a yellow sock. Sit down, for Christ's sakes. What's the matter with you?
Superman. I took drugs to win medal, says top athlete Jeff Wode.
Where's the coffee?
In a world-exclusive interview, 33-year-old shot putter Jeff Wode, who weighs 317 pounds, admitted taking massive doses. His head must weigh 50 pounds on its own. Imagine the size of his balls. Imagine getting into a fight with a fucker.
Please, I don't feel good.
That's what you'd say. But that wouldn't wash with Jeff. No. He'd like a bit of pleading. Add spice to it. In fact, he'd probably tell you what he was going to do before he did it. I'm going to pull your head off. No, please, don't pull my head off. I'm going to pull your head off because I don't like your head. You got soup? Why didn't I get any soup?
Coffee.
Why don't you use a cup like any other human being?
Why don't you wash up occasionally like any other human being?
How dare you? How dare you? How dare you call me?
Keep back, keep back. The entire thing's gone rotten. I don't know what's in here.
I told you, you've been bitten. There's something floating up. No, I don't want to touch it.
You must. The poop will ball through the glaze. We'll never be able to use the dinner service again. Here. Get it with the pliers.
No.
That's right. Put on the gloves. Don't attempt anything without the gloves. What is it? What have you found?
Matt.
Matter? Where's it coming from?
Don't look. I'm dealing with it.
Twice a day. And for once, I'm inclined to believe that Withnail is right. We are indeed drifting into the arena of the unwell, making an enemy of our own future. What we need is harmony, fresh air, stuff like that.
Wasn't much in the tube. There's nothing left for you.
Why don't you ask your father for some money? If we had some money, we could go away.
Why don't you ask your father? How can it be so cold in here? Like Greenland in here. We've got to get some booze. It's the only solution to this intense cold. Something's got to be done. We can't go on like this. I'm a trained actor reduced to the status of a bum. I mean, look at us. Nothing but reasonable members of society demand as their rights. No fridges, no televisions, no phones. Much more of this I'm going to apply for Meals on Wheels.
What happened to your cigar commercial?
That's what I want to know. What happened to my cigar commercial? What happened to my agent? Bastard must have died.
September. It's a bad patch.
Rubbish. Haven't seen Gilger down the Labour Exchange. Why doesn't he retire? Oh, look at this little bastard. Oh, he lands plum roll for top Italian director. Of course he does. Probably on a tenner a day. And I know what for. £2 tenner tip and a fiver for his arse. Have you been at the controls?
What are you talking about?
The thermostats. What have you done to them?
I haven't touched them.
Then why has my head gone numb? I must have some booze. I demand to have some booze.
I wouldn't.
Hans.
I could hardly piss straight with fear. He was a man with 3/4 of an inch of brain who'd taken a dislike to me. What have I done to offend him? I don't consciously offend big men like this. This one has a definite imbalance of hormone in him. Getting him more masculine than him, he'd have to live up a tree. I fuck asses. Who fucks asses? Maybe he fucks asses. Maybe he's written this in some moment of drunken sincerity. I'm in considerable danger in here. I must get out of here at once.
Perfume, Hans.
Speed is like a dozen transatlantic flights without ever getting off the plane. Time change. You lose, you gain. Makes no difference so long as you keep taking the pills. But sooner or later you've got to get out, because it's crashing. And all at once those frozen hours melt through the nervous system and seep out the pores. Danny's here. Headhunter to his friends. Headhunter to everybody. He doesn't have any friends. The only people he converses with are his clients and occasionally the police. The purveyor of rare herbs and prescribed chemicals is back. Will we never be set free?
Danny, you're looking very beautiful, man. Have you been away? St. Peter preached the epistles to the apostles looking like that. Have you got any food?
Matter of fact,
I see you're wearing a suit.
What's it got to do with you?
No need to get uptight, man. I was merely making an observation. I happened to be looking. We worked out it would be handy karma for him to get hold of a suit. This was more like a long white hat. So he looks at the...
It's all right, Danny. We decided to lay off for a bit.
That's what I thought.
Doing what?
The toy industry.
Thought you were in the bottle industry.
Why is he behaving so uptightly?
Because a gang of cheroot vendors considered a haircut beyond the limit of my abilities.
Hair are your aerials. They pick up signals from the cosmos and transmit them directly into the brain. This is the reason bald-headed men are uptight.
What absolute twaddle.
Has he just been busted?
No.
Then why is he wearing that old suit?
Old suit. This suit was cut by Hawks of Savile Row. Just because the best tailoring you've ever seen is above your fucking appendix doesn't mean anything.
Don't get uptight with me, man. Because if you do, I'll have to give you a dose of medicine. And if I spike you, you'll know you've been spoken to.
You wouldn't spike me. You're too mean. Besides, there's nothing invented I couldn't take.
If I medicined you, you'd think a brain tumour was a birthday present.
I could take double anything you could. Monty used to act.
Well, I'd hardly say that. It's true I crept to the boards in my youth, but I never really had it in my blood, and that's what's so essential, isn't it? Theatrical zeal in the veins. Alas, I have little more, quite reasonably, says to himself.
It's a part I intend to play, Uncle.
Wrong, being so majestic.
Dear boy, forgive me. I was allowing memory to have the better of me.
Shall I get you a chocolate?
Raymond Duck. This dreadful little Israelite. 4 floors up on the Charing Cross Road and never a job at the top of them. I'm told you're a writer, too. Do you write poems?
No, I wish I could. It's just thoughts, really.
Are you published?
Oh, no.
Where did you school?
He went to the other place, Monty.
Oh, you went to that damn little gut. It's like a bloody rugby ball.
Monty. What are you doing?
Sitting down to enjoy my holiday. With situation. I've got a blinding fucking headache. We've got to keep this bastard burning.
Well, we got enough furniture for tonight. Me? Friend of Monty Withnail's. He's lent us his cottage. I wondered if you could sell us some food. Eggs and things. What about wood and coal? I'm not from London, you know.
I don't care where you come from.
Not the attitude I'd been given to expect from the H.E. Bates novel I'd read. I thought they'd all be out the back, drinking cider, discussing clearly a myth. Evidently, country people are no more receptive to strangers than city dwellers. Do you think you could tell me where I could buy some coal and wood?
You have to see my son. He runs this farm.
Where is your son?
Up in Topfield. You can't miss him. His legs bound in colophane.
Withnail, you bastard, Mike.
Fuck knows. Oh. But he's up there with a leg burning polythene. You can't miss him. He's your man. And have another look at that shed. Find anything. If you can't find anything, bring in the shed.
They don't like me being on stage.
Then they must be delighted with your career.
What do you mean?
You really are. You just wait.
Just you wait. When I strike the... Tractor approaching.
French.
Aye, Adrian de la Touche.
Hang out the stars in India. Hang out
You'd go if you had boots.
in India.
Gladly.
To light my way back home to you. Have every robin sing a love song, a melody just meant for two. I bang by your side, so wait for me in Indiana. And when the long, long day is through.
Great, how much do we owe you?
Pays when you come down.
What about this chicken?
Light my way back.
Bake the potatoes in the oven and boil this bastard over the...
Hello? Listen, I pay you 10% to do that. Well, lick 10% of the arses for me then. Hello? 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 How dare you? Fuck you!
Grab its ring. That can't be sensible, can it? The bastard's about to run at me. Yes, yeah, I know he is.
Wants to get down there and have sex with those cows.
Shut up, Withnail.
Do as he says. Start shouting. Won't gore you.
A coward you are, Withnail. An expert on bulls you are not.
I think an evening at the Crow.
So they could take...
Thought I was going for a minute. No man's put me down yet. You had any training in the martial arts? No. When you first came in, and suppose you've engaged, have you?
Ireland.
Ooh, the crack of the mick. Poacher works the lake, but keep it under your hat.
It's flesh. Come here, look. Down here, look. There's two of them here, look. Come on.
This place has become impossible. Petrol rain. Freezing cold. Oh, bloody madman on the prowl outside with eels.
All right.
Faces looking at.
All right, then I won't. Don't be ridiculous. No. There's probably foxes looking the crap.
Listen, listen.
Maybe it's the farmer.
At 2 o'clock in the morning. It's the killer. He's come to kill us. What are we gonna do? He wants to come in. He's trying to get in.
He can't. He'll go away. He's going away.
This is all your fault.
Oh, good morning. You sleep well? Yeah, I do apologise for last night. It was perfectly inconsiderate of me.
Oh, that's perfectly all right, Monty. You've been busy in here?
Yeah, as a bee.
How did you repair the window?
Oh, I didn't break it. Merely forced it a little. I'm sorry if I frightened you. There was an empty wine bottle on the ledge. Tomatoes. Why don't you go and wake him? Breakfast in 15 minutes.
I shall need you to work on the giant.
Yeah, you're the cook.
What on earth are those?
We forgot to bring our Wellingtons.
Garlic, rosemary, and salt. I brought 2 of these in case either of you was any good in the kitchen.
I'm not.
Oh, of course you are. Cooking's one of the natural instincts.
Listen, Monty. This is all very kind of you, but really, I think I ought to be out there getting some work done on the car. I'm afraid we have to leave by 3, Monty. Oh, didn't he tell you? We have to get back to sign on.
Sign on? At a labour exchange?
It's sort of fashionable, actually. All the actors do it, even Redgrave. I'd love to stay, but he's more adamant to get back than I.
It's our moment. And have a word with him. I'm sure together we could persuade him. There. Now, garlic, rosemary, and salt. I can never touch meat until it's cooked.
I can't find the rosemary.
Can't find the rosemary. I'm sure we could find it together.
Perhaps it's in the other bag.
Perhaps it is. Shall we look? I'm afraid we must drink from these. I do think you could have shaved. What on earth will people think of me turning up with you two? You look like a pair of farmhands.
Okay. Yeah, promise. Bye.
You lead him astray.
I beg your pardon, Monty.
Oh, don't tell me you're not aware of it. I know what you're up to. I'd be sucked into his trap. One of us has got to stay on guard. He's so mauve. We don't know what he's planning. I'm preparing myself to forgive you. I think you've been punished enough. I think we'd better release you from the legume and transfer your talents to the meat. You shouldn't treat each other so badly.
In that case, it's a delightful weekend in the country.
Oh, splendid.
You're forgetting about Jake.
Not another word. Not another word. Jake can wait too.
Jake isn't a friend, Monty. I'd hoped to avoid telling you this, but there's a psychotic on the prowl outside this house. Ask him if I exaggerate. He's threatened us and he's dangerous.
Is this true?
Well, there's this local type hanging about. Poacher. Got into a tiff and threatened me with a dead fish. Yes, it was rather amusing, actually. When you came in, we thought it was him. And we thought that you, cleaning your boots, was him sharpening his knife.
Oh, how delicious.
Laissez-moi respirer longtemps.
Ace bets 2, and it's over to you.
You're 2. And up 2. So that's 4.
That's 4. This is well paying for the race. See the 2. Now, last card up. Non solus videtur.
Regina, Sawendai, dash it.
And, oh. Another hand. I think we'd better get him to bed.
No, he's down here. Well, you're in there. And I'll take these and I'll have the couch. I'll say good night then, Monty. What is it, Monty? I'm terribly tired. I need to go to sleep.
But not that tired, eh? Are you a sponge or a stone?
What do you mean?
Do you like to experience all facets of life?
I voted Conservative.
Are you faithful?
For a question of selecting to whom one will be faithful. I'm terribly tired.
I've been watching you all evening. You've been avoiding my eyes, haven't you?
Your eyes?
At luncheon, you couldn't tear your gaze from mine. This evening, you barely looked at me.
Nothing.
You can tell me.
I assure you nothing, Monty. I'm terribly tired. I need to go to bed.
You must, mustn't you? Boy, I know you're not asleep, boy, but he is. I've been into his room. He won't hear a thing. I know you're not asleep, boy.
No, I'm not. What is it, Monty? What do you want? Listen, Monty, something I have to explain to you. What's he told you? Problems? What problems? He told you that?
Boy, go with it.
I'm not homosexual, Monty. What are you talking about?
Couldn't we allow ourselves just this one moment of indiscretion?
No!
He need never know.
I don't care what he knows, Monty. You've got to go. You've got to leave.
If you want to humiliate me, I adore you. Tell him if you must. I no longer care. I mean to have you, even if it must be burglary.
It's not me, it's him. He lied to you. We're an affair. We have been for years. But he doesn't want you to know. He doesn't want anybody to know. We're both in it. We're obsessed with each other. But he's ashamed. He refuses to come out and accept what he is. That's why he's rejecting me while you're here. On my life, Monty, this is the first night we haven't slept together for 6 years. I can't cheat on him. It would kill him. I know that, Monty. I respect you for your sensitivity. I thank you for it. But you must leave. I intend to. This instant. No, you bastard, wake up.
Don't let your imagination run away with you.
How dare you tell him I'm a toilet trader?
It's a tactical necessity. If I hadn't told him you were active, we'd never have got the cottage.
I'd never have wanted it, not with him in it.
I never thought he'd come all this way.
Monty, he'd go to New York.
Calculated risk.
What is all this tactical necessity and calculated risk? This is me, naked in a corner. And how dare you tell him I love you? And how dare you tell him you rejected me? How dare you tell him that?
Sorry about that. Got a bit carried away. Sort of said it without thinking.
Well, let me tell you something, Withnail.
Who's that?
Telegram.
Well, it doesn't mean to say I've got it. They probably just want to see me again. Well, that settles it then. We leave immediately.
No, that'd be ridiculous. I need at least an hour for lunch.
See the fucking light.
Very right, very right.
I'm making time.
Are you out of your mind?
No, I'm making time.
Bit early in the morning for festivities, isn't it? You're drunk.
I assure you I'm not, officer. Honestly.
Out of the car. Please. Sir.
What are you doing in my bed?
I've been asleep.
Who is the huge spade in the bath?
Presume head.
Oh, you got 10 minutes, right? I want you out, because I want to get in. 10 minutes, right? You better be on your feet.
What are you going to do with those?
The joint I'm about to roll requires a craftsman. It can utilise up to 12 skins. It is called...
Who says it's a Camberwell carrot?
I do. I invented it in Camberwell, and it looks like a carrot. Do you realise this gaff's overrun with rodents? When I come in, I see one the size of a fucking dog.
No, that is a dog. Belongs to the fella downstairs.
Does his dog get in the oven?
No, his dog doesn't come up here.
Then it was a rodent. Opened the oven door and it was in there looking at me. What? Who's he gone to telephone?
Squat Betty. His agent. He's wasting his time because he won't be in.
This grass is the most powerful in the Western Hemisphere. I have it specially flown in from my man in Mexico. He's an expert. His name is Juan. This glass goes at exactly 2,000.
I got a different one. They want me to play the lead. Congratulations.
Where exactly have you two been?
Holiday in the countryside.
That's a very good. London is a country coming down from its trip. We are 91 days from the end of this decade, and there's going to be a lot of refugees. They'll be going round this town shouting, "Bring out your dead." There was a geezer around here the other day looking for you.
What geezer?
Some bald geezer. Reckons you owe him 266 quid back rent. I told him there's no question of paying rent on the property cut with rodents. He takes exception to this. He starts coming on really bald with me.
You mean ratty?
I told him to piss off.
You bloody fool, he'd have us up in court again.
No, he won't. It ain't legal.
I assume we can quote you, can we? Stop laughing, Withnail. This is serious.
No, it ain't. I looked into it. Studied the papers.
What papers?
Legal papers.
What papers, Danny? He's got our checks. What are you doing with these?
I was going to cash them in for you.
For Christ's sake, Withnail, stop laughing. This is a notice of eviction. Will you stop laughing? They want to throw us out. For God... Will you shut up, for God's sake? You're giving me the fear.
Come on, find your neutral space. You got a rush. It'll pass. Be seated.
Aren't you getting absurdly high?
Precisely the reason I'm smoking it.
I couldn't. I'm spaced.
Not as spaced as your rodents.
Don't talk about them.
I imagine they're talking to each other.
What do you mean?
I dealt with them.
Dealt with them? What the fuck do you mean?
Dosed them. I expect they're dead down the drain.
Dead down the drain? What have you done to them?
Given them all drugged onions.
Jesus Christ! Why have you drugged their onions?
Sit down, mate. Take control.
Give me a Valium, I'm getting the fear!
You have done something to your brain. You have made it high. If I lay 10 mils of diazepam on you, you will do something else to your brain. You will make it low. Why trust one drug and not the other? That's politics, isn't it?
I'm gonna eat some sugar.
Political decision. Reflecting these times.
What are you talking about, Danny?
Politics, man. The greatest decade in the history of mankind is over.
I shall miss you, Withnail.
I have of late, but wherefore I know not, lost all my mirth. And indeed, It goes so heavily with my disposition that this goodly frame the earth seems to me a sterile promontory.
It's the most excellent canopy, the air. Look you, this brave o'erhanging firmament, this majestical roof fretted with golden fire. Why, it appeareth nothing to me but a foul and pestilent congregation of vapours. What a piece of work is a man! How noble in reason, how infinite in faculties, how like an angel in apprehension, how like a god! The beauty of the world, paragon of animals. Yet to me, what is this quintessence of dust? Man delights not me. No, nor women neither. No women neither.